On June 27, 1995, Ruth Selby was babysitting her 2.5-year-old grandson, Marcus Furman, as she often did at her daughter and son-in-law's home in Sacramento, California. But on this day, she ended up needing a little extra help. Much of the footage in this story was taped as events unfolded.
Marcus and I have that special bond because I lost my husband just when he was born. Well, he filled the void. He has so much energy. He likes to get on that noodle, and he'll push himself off the step and get out in the middle. I got you. I push you back out there. And he'll come back. Push over. He's coming after you. He's going to get you. All of a sudden, he decides he's had enough. Are you done? And you know he wants out because down go the trunks. And he steps out of them. Oh, he went swimming. And that's it. You catch me before I get in the door, Nana. Otherwise, I go in wet. I'll get your suit in a minute. I'll be done in a minute, sweetie. Let me hang your suit up. Just a minute. Okay, how did you get in there? He was sitting into the pool skimmer. And I thought all I had to do was lift him out of that basket. Okay. One. Oh, goodness. I think you're stuck, baby. I tried 3 times. Ouch, Nana, ouch. The angle wasn't big enough to allow his little buttocks to clear the top so his knees could back up. You stay still. Wait, I go get your pillow. I'm going to get you a pillow for your head. We need help, okay? Just a minute. I did think it was silly at first. I really did. But they didn't.
Is he submerged under the water at all, or is there...
Ruth called 911 and explained her young grandson's predicament.
They said, we'll be there.
Okay, what
just keep him comfortable as you can. And we just talked. Told him the story of the 3 little pigs 100 times, because that's his favorite story. And he just stayed calm.
Within 10 minutes, a Sacramento fire unit arrived on scene, including firefighter John Segali.
We've had everything stuck. I mean, I've seen some stuff, but to be able to squeeze down into something the way he did, that was just 1 in a million. Only a little boy could get in something like that.
Marcus, how'd you get in there?
We could see from his color that his circulation was okay.
His knees are up against a sleeve here.
You try to go for the simplest to the worst, you know. You really don't want to tear his father's swimming pool apart.
A little cold, just a little soap, Marcus. See if it'll make you nice and slippery.
It looked like a little soap is going to get him right out of there. He didn't have any trunks on. He was in his birthday suit and just soft as a baby. But it wasn't that easy.
Yeah, maybe we can cover him a little bit and shift this edge away from the ring. Cut that ring with a hacksaw blade.
Grandma had no problem saying, take the pool out. You know, a lot of people will get down there in a situation like that and figure, geez, I don't want to call the fire department. I don't want to call anybody. And they start yanking and pulling. She would have really, really hurt him.
Okay. Careful with his arms. That thing's sharp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like he's stuck in there, huh?
Yeah, he's still stuck.
We were going to take the pool out. That's all it was to it. But we needed a little more than the chisel that we had and the hacksaw. And so then that's when we called the Rescue 6.
Captain Jay Bowdler was among the members of the specially trained and equipped rescue unit.
It's an outgrowth of the Federal Urban Search and Rescue Team, which goes out to things like the Loma Prieta earthquake, Northridge, and most recently we went to Oklahoma City at the bombing there.
Battalion Chief Joe Cherry took charge of the scene.
My concern was get him out quickly, but don't get him out so quickly that you hurt him.
He's got some sharp edges that trap his knees, both top and bottom.
Here, that we were going to be able to get him out rapidly unless we just went in and start jackhammering out the concrete.
Front of the legs is the only complaint.
We probably had a couple more editions of the 3 little pigs. He was very relaxed and very calm the whole time. amazing for a little 3-year-old.
Now, you said his feet are folded up back like this?
Right. He's sitting on his knees.
Nowhere in any training do you teach these people how to tear into a pool strainer. But I know how they're built and I know how they're put together. And so it's reversing the process. Being a typical 3-year-old, you didn't want to have the oxygen on, which was assisting for, O2 in the blood and for the circulation problems that we were expecting.
The one fireman had hold of his hand. And just to make sure he wasn't going into shock or anything, he'd occasionally ask, "Squeeze my hand, Marcus. Are you all right?" And Marcus squeezed his hand every time.
Now we got to be concerned with his shins. Everybody's shins are bad, and especially little boys. I guess that's what they're made for, girls to kick them in their shins. I've got fat hands, and it helped being that I could get my hand in there between his shins and the bottom of the drain.
Virginia's our neighbor, and she brought Marcus a popsicle at one point and got a drink for him, which I tried to give him, but he was not going to have anything to drink or anything to eat until he got out of that basket.
My guys were wonderful. I mean, they were talking to him about whether he wanted to be a firefighter when he grew up, and trying to explain to him, "Oh, look at that. This is a neat tool. Look at that thing, Marcus. Oh, look at that drill. Does Daddy have a drill like that?" So you have this 3-year-old dialogue going on. I think most firefighters are sometimes 3-year-olds at heart.
Just like a lawnmower, okay? They're going to drill a little bit.
I knew they had to get very close to him with the drill. They kept him shielded. The one fireman, which he later called Big D, held his hands right on his knees and right on his thigh, so that if they got too close to any kind of flesh, that it would be theirs and not Marcus's. All right, it's going to be all right.
Every step we took, you felt like that was going to be the last one you were going to have to take. You figured this was going to be it. He's going to pop right out of there. And no, he wouldn't pop out of there.
You like making noise? I love making noise.
By the time Marcus's father, Mark, got home, the little boy had been stuck in the pool skimmer for nearly 2 hours.
And there's fire trucks parked here and an ambulance and, the news crews and neighbors are all, both sides of the street, all kind of looking over around. I want to see how my son's doing. And just because of the sheer number of people around him, there was no way I could actually get to him.
Is it your knees? At one point in time, he started to cry. We were hoping to sort of keep his mind focused on something else. And Dad took that job over from us after he jumped in the swimming pool. And believe me, that was a help, because then we could concentrate on nothing but the extrication.
Just stop. Big time stop. Be careful next time, huh?
At that point, you're not thinking about what it's going to cost you to get it fixed or anything else. It's just, okay, how much more are we going to have to do to get him loose?
My mother always said, if you fall and cry, you are fine. It's when they fall and you don't hear a sound that you better get scared. I was very, very relieved when he got out of there and screamed.
As I walked through the living room, I saw that they were checking his vitals. And I reached down to him and I said, "Marcus, you're a really strong, tough little man." And he shook my hand just like a little man would. It was kind of neat.
Marcus was treated for minor cuts and bruises at a nearby hospital and released.
3 days before, I was out cleaning the filters, and Marcus was watching exactly what I was doing. He saw how I pulled the cap off, how I took the filter out and emptied it.
If you were with Marcus all day long, you would find out what he can do. If you use a hammer, he'll use a hammer. If I vacuum, he has to vacuum. And he does a good job.
Hi, son.
Too often, public servants are not appreciated enough. They spent a lot of time and a lot of effort taking care of my son, and I want to show how appreciative I am.
Look at the other guys.
It wasn't until later that I found out that the one unit that was actually there was also there with Oklahoma City bombing. That definitely makes you feel a lot more safe to know that that unit is here in town.
You cook this yourself?
I guess it's sort
You wish. Don't you know the recipe?
Marcus was as happy as he could be to get out of there. He watched what they did and shows us what they did all the time. How they got him out, how they chipped away the cement.
With a big truck, so
But of course, at 3, nobody can understand it but Nana and Mom.
Go! Flow! Get up! Go! Flow!
Shortly after the incident, Marcus celebrated his 3rd birthday.
He knows that she's the grandmother and I'm the mom, but it's kind of like he's got 2 moms. I don't know how she does it sometimes, to be quite honest with you. I mean, on my days off, when I've got them all day, I can appreciate that much more that I've got her.
Oh, a new Thomas tape.
I would not say Marcus would never do that again because he's just too into everything.
Next.
I could see turbulence that was hitting other paragliders. I saw it hit Terry. It was almost like him hitting a wall.